working through the chakras, the energy system this week, stimulating and steadying the amount of prana, the amount of life energy that goes to these areas. So as you lie there in Shavasana, preparing, noticing, feeling and breathing, just notice if you feel that your energy is flowing. And the more practice you have, the more yoga practice that you have in your life, the more subtle these feelings will be. You'll start to feel where there might be a lack of energy or a complete blockage. And the one that I've been referring to all week, that's just the easiest one to understand, can be the solar plexus. So if you're feeling very lethargic, your digestion is very sluggish, then you need more energy in the solar plexus chakra. You need to stimulate it more. And then the exact opposite, if you're rajasic in the solar plexus chakra, you won't be absorbing your food. It will be going right through you too quickly, malabsorption. And then, yes, you just will feel just stressed all the time. So we want to get this balance in all 7 of our main chakras. And as I often mention, we have chakras all over our body. We have Pada Chakra and Hasta Chakra, that's the energy points in the arch of our feet and in the palm of our hand, and many, many others. But we focus mainly in a physical practice on the 7 ones that are aligned through the spine. They're said to be right in the centre of the spinal column, all the way up from the perineum of the body, near the tailbone, and then level with your hip bones in the spine. Level and maybe just slightly above your navel. Level with the breastbone for the heart centre. Level with your throat for the throat centre. And then we'll leave the spine and go between the eyebrows, inwards towards the pituitary gland, and then above the crown, pineal gland area for the crown chakra. So red, orange, yellow and green, blue, indigo and violet. And leaving us feeling completely balanced. This week I've been just reminding you of issues that might manifest in the body that are more or less screaming at you to pay attention, to notice. Hi Christine, it's a beautiful day. So the body will manifest. Yes, the birds are singing in the garden, which made me think, I wish I had taken it out into the garden. Never mind, the windows are open, you should still hear the birds singing. So yes, I'll be talking a little bit about the issues physically that can manifest due to these blockages or overstimulation of the chakras. So let's begin our journey. From where you are right now, begin to breathe a little wider and fuller. So exhaling completely and really drawing the navel down, 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 and feel that you've squeezed the last drops of breath out of your lungs. And then simply relax your belly. Feel the diaphragm shift. The ribs expand because the lungs are learning how to move into your ribs, and the chest fill up all the way to the collarbones. With a little pause of fullness and then exhale. At the end of your exhale, again, draw the belly down. It's always good to start like this, really get the lungs squeezing and releasing, and allowing the breath to fill up from the base to the top of your lungs, like filling up a great big jug of water all the way to the brim, and then emptying it out from the top to the bottom. 3 more breaths, please. We will begin to pick up the energy, to distribute the energy through all 7 chakras with 6 rounds, so 3 right and 3 left of our Surya Namaskaram. That will get the energy beginning to move, and then we'll focus on the individual chakras, leaving us feeling just right. So you're probably on your last one, or coming to the last one of your 3-part breath now. And when you've completed that breath, just allowing the breath to be nice and steady through the nose. Relax your head and shoulders, but keep the chin very centered. You shouldn't have to look at the screen too often if you keep your ears nicely alert to the instructions. Pressing into your lower back, please bend your knees and feel the whole spine connecting with the earth. As you draw your navel to the spine, bring your right knee into your right hand. Squeeze your tummy again and bring the left knee wide into the left hand. Draw the knees wider and closer to your underarms and hug there a moment. And as you hug your knees, take a very small rock side to side across the spine. Rocking, rocking, awakening. Feeling, does the spine feel lumpy and bumpy at either side? Is there restriction somewhere, maybe in the fascia, the network of tissue surrounding the muscles? And then coming back to stillness, again pull the knees closer and closer to your underarms. And scooping your hands under your knees, bring the feet up to the ceiling with the knees staying close to your armpits. And for those who can, slide your hands up the outside of your legs and grab a hold of your feet. Look up and see your 10 toes looking down at you. The soles of the feet look like they're holding up the ceiling, and the knees are coming closer and closer to the armpits and maybe to the ribs, maybe to the floor, but not many people do that. As you hold your happy baby, Ananda Balasana, again take a little rock. Very gentle one or you'll fall all the way over. If you do, just giggle like a happy baby. Maybe you can get one knee to the floor as you rock to that side and then rock and get the other knee to the floor. Not just the knee, but the thigh, the upper thigh. And the feet stay facing the ceiling the whole time. Rocking, rocking, rocking your baby. Ooh, rock your baby. One more each side. And as you come back to the center, cross your ankles and tuck your feet right into the backs of your legs. Knees are still close to your armpits. Draw your tummy down as you breathe in. Lift your head and shoulders. And holding on tightly to feet or knees, rock up. Exhale. All the way up to sitting. And so our journey begins. Sitting up nice and tall. Bring your left hand to the left side. Don't put too much weight into it. And also allow the elbow to soften when we stretch our right arm up. So we turn our gaze up, first of all, involving the neck, and really lift the head up to the right. Raise the right arm up and stretch the right side. So really lift up out of your waist, and then exhale, bringing the right arm overhead, relaxing into left elbow. A couple of breaths here and feel the right ribs expand with the deep breaths. Ready to change sides. So inhale the right hand down, look up to the left, so really get the neck moving as you raise your left arm up. And then exhale, overhead stretch. Feeling the left side, really moving up out of your hips and your waist and moving into the ribs with your lung on that side. On your next inhale, sweep the left hand down, exhale. Turn the palms up either side of you. Pull in the tummy, lift up, beautiful posture. And then inhale, both arms up to the sky. Interlace your hands. Exhale, spin the hands so the palms are facing the ceiling. Press up, 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 up. On your next inhale, turn the knuckles back up to the ceiling. And really try and stretch your arms as high as you can. Take a deep breath in. We're going to spin the torso right. Exhale, spinning around. Here's another song. Spinning around. Who's that, Kylie? Uh-oh, I'm in a singing mood today, class. Apologies in advance. And then breathing in back to the center and reaching up to the ceiling. Breathing out, spinning to the left. Breathing in back to center and breathing out. Take a big breath first thing in the morning, expanding, stretch, and slowly take your hands back down and bring them to your knees. Are you ready for some Surya Namaskaram? I'm going to remind you which chakras we concentrate on in each of the 12 poses. And like I said at the beginning, we'll do 3 right leg leading, 3 left leg leading. Don't go too fast. And keep pace with your breath as well. Coming up to stand, In the first 2 rounds, when we go a little bit slower, it might be that you'll need more than just the inhale for one pose and the exhale. So please breathe where you need to breathe. And the main thing about that sentence is, please breathe. So approaching the front end of your mat in Tadasana, spread out your toes. Bring the center of your feet and the middle of your knees in line with the frontal hip bones. Moving from the hip bones into the sockets. Really feel the softness in there. And rise up out of the softness. Rise up from the Pada chakras and the soles of your feet. Drop down through Muladhara in the tailbone. Let it drop down. Breathing in, spin your hands forward, and breathing out, shrug your shoulders down. Inhale, bring your hands to Anjali Mudra. And as you exhale, think about the thumbs being at Anahata, heart center. Take a long deep breath in with straight legs, lift up your chest and chin, open your arms, open your throat for Vishuddhi Chakra in the throat. Exhale as you bend your knees, feel how the pelvis is tilting. This is your sacral chakra, Svadhisthana. Bring the right leg back into Anjalyasana, low lunge, knee down, toes released. Now focus between your eyebrows, Anjalyasana. As you look down at the mat and tuck your right toes, take the left leg back into Phalakasana, the plank, and focus on Manipura, abdominal chakra pulling up. Bring the knees, chest and chin down, still lifting your belly, still focusing on keeping Muladhara working. Manipura working. Inhale, going through to Bhujangasana, the cobra, again Svadhisthana, sacral chakra, the pelvis. Pressing up to straight arms, tuck your toes and press your hips back. As you tuck your chin in to rise to down dog, focus on your throat, Vishuddhi Chakra. Pull the chin in. Looking forward, bring the right leg forward again, low lunge, left knee and toes down, focus, third eye. Tuck back toes, get ready to take your fullest exhale here, and forward fold. Sacral chakra in the pelvic area. Svadhisthana. Bend your knees and reach forward as if to chair pose, but we keep going and we lift up through the legs, from the soles of the feet, lift your chin, lift your chest, Vishuddhi Chakra and the throat, hands to the heart, Anahata Chakra. Round 2. Inhale, rise up and open the arms, open the throat. Exhale, fold the body, feel the pelvis tilting. Inhale, left leg Anjalyasana, low lunge, look up between the eyebrows. Raise the back knee and hold your breath into Phalakasana, the plank. Pull in your belly really tightly. Bring the knees down, tilt the pelvis and look forward, and then bring your chest and chin to the mat. Inhale, moving through onto that Manipura area of the belly and feeling how Svadhisthana, the pelvis, is holding us here. Tucking under your toes, pushing the hips back, remember. Tucking your chin strongly, looking between your knees, Vishuddhi Chakra again. Inhale, left leg forward, right knee and toes release down, look up. Ajna. Exhale completely, fully empty the breath, feel the pelvis tilt. Bend the knees as if you're doing chair pose, reach forward, but again, keep going, no stopping in chair. Reaching all the way up to Hasta Tadasana, open the throat, and exhale back to Anahata at the heart. Let's go a little tiny bit faster for 4 more. Inhale, rise and open. Exhale completely. Inhale, right leg Anjalyasana into Phalakasana, the plank. Exhale, come forward and down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale through to Cobra Bhujangasana. Push back as you curl your toes and tuck in your chin, look at your knees, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right leg forward, left knee and toes down, Anjalyasana lunge. Exhale completely, really empty, Uttanasana, empty, 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 empty. Bend the knees, reach forward, lift up, lift chin and chest, open throat. And exhale, Tadasana, left leg please. Inhale, rise up and open. Exhale, reach forward and down. Inhale, lunge the left leg back, releasing toes and knee and lifting chin. and hold the breath into plank, shoulders forward. Exhale, keeping the toes and knees down on the floor, place the chin down. Inhale onto your belly, lift chin and chest. Exhale, tuck toes, press hips back, down dog. Inhale, left leg lunging into the Anjaneyasana. And exhale, completely. Inhale, reach forward, up and back. Exhale, last two on your own. Breathe deeply, please. Right. Left, last one. Left forward. Hands to heart and hold and close your eyes. Feel how the energy is shifted now. There is no doubt that these sun salutations, Surya Namaskars, get the energy moving, get us ready for our practice. We're going to begin now to focus on first chakra, root chakra, Muladhara, the root chakra. The colour is red, the sound is lung. I want to make sure that our first chakra is balanced so we can then move upwards. Things that can throw your first chakra out of balance are sort of disturbances in your everyday life. You feel you're settled, your job is settled, your house is settled, and then something happens like has been happening to many of us this year, where it all goes completely differently than maybe we thought our life plan had in mind. And emotionally we get upset and we have to shift everything around, sometimes our whole possessions, our whole work-life schedule, so it throws us out of balance. So what do? We take to our yoga practice. Please, if your eyes are still closed, come down now with your arms and open your hands. Open your eyes as well. I meant to say eyes, but open your hands too, so let them relax. Beginning with your feet still firmly in your Tadasana position and your pelvic floor lifted. Feel that Muladhara area, so right at the base of your spine towards the perineum of the body, dropping down through the tail. As always, check that when you lay your hands like this, can you see me here? When your hands are around your hips and your thumbs are reaching round to the sacroiliac, the two knobbly bits here, then the rest of your sort of index finger and middle finger are resting on the crest of your pelvis. And maybe your middle finger can reach your frontal hip bones. So not out here, but round the front, called the frontal hip bones. So in Tadasana, we want to make sure that they are directly across from each other. And also that we're not either tucking the tail and pushing the hips forward, neither are we allowing the tail to point out. If we're in this position, then all our energy is spilling forward. And if we tuck our tail into a bit of a thrust, then all the energy is pouring out behind us. So neutral pelvis, please. Lift up your thigh muscles, engage your pelvic floor. Draw in your belly. And allow your arms to stay nicely relaxed by your side. So relax your shoulders and find something that you can keep your gaze at eye level. You ready to bring your right foot off the floor? Slowly, gently peel your right foot off the floor, just a few inches. And then start to circle your right foot, making the most perfect circles, as if you're drawing them with your big toe. 4, 5, 6, we're going for 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, and change. 10, 9, 8, 7, lots of flies in here again, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now point and flex, point your toes to the floor, pull them up towards you. Toes down, toes up, or forefoot I should say. A whole foot points down, the foot pulls up. The foot presses down through the toes, pulls up. Couple more. In fact, still a couple more. What's that, about 8 now? We'll try for 10. And then shake it out and relax and shake both legs out. Okay, so let's see if we're as stable, or perhaps if that was a wobbly side, more stable. Standing on the right. Draw the right leg up nice and strong, pelvic floor in. Mind you haven't gone into a tilt or a tuck. And peel your left foot off the floor. Circle one way for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 10, 9, 8. Tushies flies. Look out your face. 4, 3, 2, 1. Point and flex. Toes towards the floor and pull up on the foot. Point the foot down and up. And 3 and up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shake the foot out and then shake the legs out. Good, good, good. Okay, we're going to go into a little routine now of how many poses is it? 1, 2, it's about 4 postures that will test your balance and also get you really grounded. So we want to think about earth. The first element is a heavy element, connecting to the earth. But with the feeling, the acknowledgement of the earth's light energy keeping us upright. Just like all, it's the same energy we share with the plants and the trees and everything that grows. We want to grow, we want to lift, we want to feel that earth energy. Connecting us to the earth, but allowing us to lift up to the heavens. So from the front of your mat, aligning your toes nice and wide underneath those hip sockets. Let me just read this little bit. The first chakra can be out of balance due to a difficult birth. So as I always mention, if you haven't heard me say it before, if you were lucky enough to know that how your birth was, or if you have one of your parents still with us in this body, then you can ask them what your birth was like. Maybe you had difficult relationships with your parents or caregivers growing up, and this can physically manifest throughout your life as continual problems with your feet, your ankles, sciatic or any other sort of nerve pain in your legs. So once we acknowledge the emotional past and start to deal with it, then the physical problems start to fade away. Please bring your hands back to the hip crest. And then take a strong lunge on your right leg. Lunge your right leg back onto the right toes. Wiggle the right heel down, pivot it down and straighten your left leg. You should be in triangle stance now. So make sure you step wide enough. Remember the week we really thought about how wide we could go and starting to really expand that distance without it being ridiculously wide. But many of us might step too narrow when we're doing this standing poses like triangle and warrior and pyramid. They should all be quite a stretch before you even go anywhere. So really kick the right heel out and make sure your left knee is pointing to your left toes and not down towards the mat, so make sure it's not twisting. Draw up your inner thighs and roll them away from each other towards the outside of the legs, pulling up energetically through pelvic floor and navel. Inhale, raise your arms to shoulder height, and then exhale, lower them a little to armpit height. Come into Trikonasana to the left. Inhale and reach out to the left. Exhale, pivot, left hand down. And as you reach your right arm up, make sure the thumb is facing your shoulder, and then try and lift your head up, really pulling the left ear away from the shoulder and gazing at your right arm. Try your best to lift your head. Reach up to the sky, more than you're reaching down to the earth, so don't collapse. Reach out to the short end of your mat with your head. not to the long end, so don't come towards the long end of your mat. Take your head towards your left foot at the short end of your mat, reaching up to the sky. We're going to go straight into a balance here. I know it's early, but you can do it. Breathing in, roll your right arm behind your back. Breathing out, bend your left knee and take your fingertips down just in front of your left foot. If you prefer a block there, you can quickly do that, but try your best to expand over and beyond your toes and be kind of in line with your toes. We don't want to be in front towards the long edge, and we don't want to be leaning way back. Also, it's cheating if you reach too far forward. So just in front of your left toes with your fingertips. Now roll your right shoulder back, 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 and slide your right foot a bit closer. When you're ready, bearing the weight in your left leg, pulling in your belly, and reaching the right leg up to Ardha Chandrasana Half Moon. Now press the foot strongly away to the back short end of your mat, through the sole of your foot, and try to open up. You can take your right hand now onto your right hip crest and pull back a little. Physically, draw your right hip back. And then reach up, remembering how to relax and revolve that shoulder. If you wish, you can take a great big circle with your right arm and then reach it up to the sky. Just like triangle, the thumb should be pointing towards your head. Reaching up. Ardha, half, Chandra, moon, asana, pose. Now listen, keeping your right leg up, look down at your left foot and bring your right hand down so your fingers are either side of your left foot. Roll your hips inwards, so now your right leg, knee and toes are facing the floor. Like a warrior three in the legs, but our hands are down. Hold. Bend your right leg in the air, so bend your knee. Listen, we're coming to a sitting position, so you must listen and go really slowly. Squeeze your right heel to your bum. Squeeze the right leg behind your left leg so you can feel your thighs crossing. And then bending your left knee, start to squat. Bring the right foot to the left long edge of your mat. Then the shin, then the knee. Your right knee should be quite close to your left heel, so you're like this. Now we need to sit the right buttock down without falling over, so stretch out your right hand, that'll stop you going too far, and sit back onto right bum cheek. Did you make it? Bring your left foot closer to your right outer hip, and sit up tall, holding on to your left knee. If this is impossible for you, simply stretch your right leg straight out in front, holding on nice and upright to your knee, grounding your left foot. We're twisting to the left, so hold your left knee with your right hand. Inhale the left arm up and turning to the left, exhale the hand to the floor. You can keep holding your leg, bringing it towards your right armpit, or you can cross the arm over like the traffic stopping position, twisting and squeezing your belly with each exhale. Exhaling and turning the torso. Now try to again involve your neck. Let's get these necks more mobile, looking over your left shoulder. Now slowly, breathing in back to center. Breathing out, I'm going to suggest we do it this way. Hands to the mat in front. If you don't have space there, if it's too awkward, we're coming to downward facing dog in your own way. Spread the fingers and step back and push back. Tuck in the chin slightly, kick out the heels slightly, press torso towards thighs and breathe. From here, bend your knees and look forward. Take the right foot now to the front. You ready? Right foot lunge. Look at it. Spread the toes and make sure your right knee is in a good position above your right ankle. Pivot your left heel back and down. And rising up and expanding your arms up to shoulder height, ready for triangle. I've decided this week that in some of the postures I'll have my back to you so that you can see the pose from a different angle. Reaching out either side. Nice big space between the feet. Rolling the inner thighs to the outside. Tailbone down. Don't let your bum stick out. Ready to reach out to the right. Inhale. Go beyond your right toes to the short end of your mat. Exhale. Right hand down. Now lift your head away from your right shoulder and see the whole of your left arm. Making sure the shoulder is in a good position to turn your thumb towards the direction of your right toes. Reaching up through each finger, straight wrist. No floppy fingers, no bent wrists. Reach up, expand, head moving way beyond the pointed right toes. Are we ready for our half moon? Inhale and up through the left arm, reach, and then exhale it round behind your waist. Inhale, bend your right knee and reach your right fingertips to just in front of your right foot, lightly on the mat. Move into the right leg with the knee bent, and then slide your left leg closer when you've got your balance straight in the right, and strongly lift the left and push out through the flexed foot. Sole of the foot to the short end behind you. Roll. Take your left hand onto the hip crest and draw it back. Physically draw it back. Make more space. Then inhale the left arm up. Thumb points to the short front right end of your mat. Reach up. Reach up. Ardha Chandrasana. Hold. Fingertips are light on your mat or block. Don't grip. Now listen, look down at your right foot, bring the left hand and right hand near your right foot. Pivot inwards through the back leg, squeezing the inner thighs together and strongly pressing through the sole of the left foot. Again, like that warrior 3 position, but our hands are down. Getting ready for our seated twist. If you didn't have success, try to come with me nice and slowly now. At the moment, your right standing leg is straight. Bend your left one at the knee, squeeze the heel towards the left buttock. Now cross the bent left leg behind the right, way up high at the thighs. And then begin to bend your right into a squat. Sit backwards and let the left foot touch the long end of your mat. Then the shin, and then the knee comes to just outside your right ankle. Are you with me? Reach out your left hand to stop you going too far as you sit down onto the left buttock. Drag the right heel closer to the outer left thigh and move the left heel away from the right buttock. We're twisting right this time. Again, if this is too uncomfortable, extend your left leg nice and straight. Lift up tall. Hug your right knee towards your left underarm. Like a jigsaw puzzle, fit this round piece into this hollow piece here. So grab the leg and pull it in. Lift up through the crown. Inhale the right arm up, twist. Exhale, right hand behind and turn. Draw your right shoulder back, lifting up through the torso. Squeeze the tummy and press the torso more and more right. When you can't go any further around with the whole torso and your right shoulder is nicely retracted, look over your right shoulder. Let's get these necks more mobile. And then coming back to the center, keeping a length through your spine, simply cross your ankles once you're done and sit there quietly with your eyes closed. Relax. Muladhara, red chakra, awakened, rooted, grounded, connected to the earth's energy. While we recover from here, I'll tell you a little bit about Svadhisthana, which is our orange chakra. This is the water chakra, so we want to move fluidly through life. We want to move fluidly in our body. Our body is mostly water, so how come it's not more easy to make it flow? What is stopping the flow? Where are you stuck? Where in your body is there a dam, a blockage of the flow of water. We need to discover this and make it move. Remove the dam and let the water flow. So in Svadhisthana, it could be the worst possible scenario that there was sexual abuse in your life, or that you were simply continually told by elders that sex was evil or dirty. Maybe just emotions of all types were suppressed by your elders. And as we get older, this can manifest physically as problems with our knees, our lower back, ladies with moon cycle and difficulty to conceive, sexuality problems in general, and problems with the hips, bladder, and again, sciatic pain. So for Svadhisthana, we want to think about the colour orange all around our sacral area, our pelvis, our hips, our lower back, and think of water. The sound here is vung. So the first sound is lung, the second is vung. It's so difficult to remember to tell you absolutely everything as we move, but many of you know a lot about the chakras already. So we want to get the pelvis as our focus here, hips and pelvis. Are you ready? From your cross-legged position, come on to your hands and knees. Again, the hands firmly near the front short end of your mat, because we will be extending our legs out, so make sure you have space. Now ensure that your Hasta chakra has space, so right in the palm of your hand, about the size of a 50p piece, is lifted like a little cut, a little suction in the palm of your hand to allow the earth's energy to be received through your hands, up through the wrists and elbows and into the shoulders. Broaden across your shoulders, don't hunch in between, don't squeeze in between, so broad shoulders. That might mean you have to take your hands a little wider. Separate the knees under the hips, and if the tops of your feet are not flat, it can be useful for a moment to come up onto your knees like this. So if your feet look like this, can you see mine here? Sometimes they just need educating, yeah? Our body needs to be told, stop doing this bad habit, and drop the foot flat, and drop the foot flat. It could just be that you always think that you can't do that, and then when you actually physically get your hands onto it, you can see that you can. So every time you come to your knees, try to do that, try to get your ankle to turn more. Back to the hands, nicely spread. So cow-cat, but with the emphasis being on the pelvic tilting and tipping. Tipping and tucking, tilting and tucking, tilting, tuck, that's better. Okay, so exhale here in neutral. And then tilting the pelvis, you want to press the buttocks behind you, let the lower back drop a little, and then lift the chin and chest. Now tuck, tailbone between the legs, really roll the bum underneath you, pull up the belly, and now begin to take your chin right into your chest. Start with the pelvis tilting, inhale, push the buttocks back and up, lower back drops down a little, keep the tummy muscles working, chin and chest forward, shoulders retract. Start with the pelvis, tailbone between the legs, pull up the belly, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up, stretch the spine, tuck in the chin. And one more, inhale, tilt the pelvis, open chest and chin, shoulders back. Start with the tail, roll it through, exhale, round the back. Now come to neutral, and don't let your back make either of those shapes now, just find your neutral spine. Keeping your left foot very grounded, both hands grounded and both elbows locked at the joints, roll the shoulders back. Now lift your right leg, cock your right leg up to hip height, and if you look at it and your foot's beside the floor, and lift your foot up in line with your knee. Don't roll over to the left, so take some weight in your right hand. Now circle your right leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, opposite way. 5, 4, keep the foot up, 3, 2, 1. Take it down and physically get the top of your right foot grounded. Both hands level on the floor, both elbows straight, shoulders forward. Cock up your left leg, lift the foot. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 5, forward, 3, 2, 1, and knee down. Tops of feet firmly on the floor. Feel your core muscles. Now, reach out your right leg onto the toes, tuck them, press the heel away, but keep the shoulders forward. Reach out through left leg into plank, push both heels away. Keep toes and fingers where they are, and lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Tuck in the chin, look right between your knees. Lift the armpits, everyone, lift your armpits. Press back. Now press back more into your left heel, and inhale your right leg to the sky. Bend your right leg in the air and exhale and open the hips to the right. Look under your right arm by pressing your weight back to your left heel. Keep both elbows straight. Don't bend your right elbow. Open the hips as high as you can with the right hip, right knee. Tuck in the right heel. Now listen, this is coming to pigeon. Lose the twist. Look forward. Bring right knee to right hand and drop it down. Pause a moment. Now extend your left leg further back. And maybe having to take your right hand to the side to get a hold of your right foot. Bring it more forward if you can. Just a little's enough. And then come centrally up into pigeon. Again, extending the left leg long behind you and holding up nice and high. Getting right into the sacral area, get the hips more open. Pressing downwards towards the ground through the groin area, through the top of your left thigh. So roll your left hip inwards, just as much as your right hip is pressing outwards. So it's a little sort of competition in the hips going on. The right buttock is moving back to the back of your mat and down, and the left side is rolling in towards the groin. Up through the chest, down through the hips. Visualizing a beautiful warm orange in the hips, the pelvis, the lower back. Intentionally now sit into the right side. Bring the right foot, I always turn around at this point so you can see what I'm doing with my right leg. So it might be at quite of an angle when you sit down. I'd like you to get rid of that angle and make a straight line. So right hip, right knee, like a picture frame on that right side, one length in here, and then one part across here, making two ends of a picture frame. Press the heel as your widest point, and then helping your left leg from behind you, you try to complete the picture frame by making the right leg sit on top. But it won't always do that. For many of us it won't. So if you're here, be here for a moment and sit upright. If you're here, then bring your left foot to the floor in front. Then try to drop down into the left buttock. You could also have a block under your left foot here. And if really necessary, but take a moment and see if it is necessary. You might just get into it a little deeper if you have patience. If it's really necessary, go wider with your knees. You're trying to have your knees in line with your hip sockets, yes? Agni Stambhasana. Agni, A-G-N-I, means fire. Fire logs, like 2 logs on the fire. And anyone who wants more, you add another 2 logs by making the same position with your arms, one stacked over the other, and put some more fuel in the fire. So it's quite obvious that the manifestation of the emotional issues in the physical body are around the areas. Your body is so clever. It can't actually talk to you, so it talks by bringing up these physical issues. And if it's the hips, if it's the reproductive area that you continually have health issues with, you have to listen and see if you can actually work around this area physically. Think about the colours, the seed sounds, etc. and notice as well, and also trying to find out about your past, and begin to come to terms with all that while working physically on the area, and then there won't be that stagnant energy or that too much of the energy. Remember when we worked with the 3 gunas? So you might be tamasic, very lethargic in that area, or you might be rajasic, too much energy in that area. And we really have to look at all the different physical and emotional similarities and how we can balance that. It begins to make sense the more you study it. Okay, are you ready to reverse these postures on this side? So can you lean to your right and swing your left leg back again, and momentarily come back up to pigeon, spreading your fingers nice and wide for your down dog. Tuck the left toes under to elevate the left knee. Now pause here and look forward. Lift your right knee. Pause again. Now reach your right leg back to downward facing dog and stretch. Tuck in the chin, look at your knees. Take more weight into the the right heel. So press back and down through the right leg. And inhale the left leg way up in the air. Stretch your right, stretch your left. Bend your left leg in the air. Squeeze the heel towards the bum. And then open the pelvis and press your weight back. So you're looking under your left arm, both elbows straight. Both elbows. Perfect. Lift the left knee. Turn. Turn, turn, turn. That's an old one. You ready? Get ready for pigeon. Look at your left hand. Bring your left knee to touch it. Knee goes down, pause, look forward. Don't worry too much about the front leg just now. Get the back leg further back, so slide. And then place the right foot flat. Remember to really try and get the top of your foot down. Press through 5 toenails. With the left hand to the left, use your right hand to bring the left foot a little forward and flex the ankle to safeguard the knee. Rolling onto fingertips, chest forward. Or hands on blocks, or if your limbs are longer, you can get your hands flat. Now remember, we don't want to open out our pelvis, we don't want all the energy to disappear. We want to build up the energy and stabilize it. So you're bringing this right thigh downwards and rolling the right hip inwards. You can even do as I'm doing, look, put your right hand here and pull in. And press your left buttock back. Do some work. Don't just hang out in these poses, work it. And come up in the chest, forward in the chest, open throat. Keep the head up, shoulders back, work. And from here, deliberately sit into the left bum cheek. Bring the left foot forward with flexion at the ankle. And then help your right leg on top. Flexing both ankles. And always try, because one side might sit easier than the other because it's already had some work done. So maybe on this side you can stack your fire logs. But it's okay to put one on the ground. The top one on the ground. Only if you need to, widen the knees a little more. And if it's quite easy for you, add fuel to the fire by leaning your folded arms onto your legs. Keep a little bit of drawing inwards with your belly and contraction up through Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor. Now, before we leave Svadhisthana, we'll start to talk about Manipura. So the the solar plexus, the fire, from the heavy grounding and connecting to the earth's energy, to the fluidity of the water element, we're now on fire. So we maybe are on fire, literally in our hips, we're starting to build the heat. So when we make a fire, the flames lick up to the next chakras and awaken them. So visualize yellow in your belly, like a fire or like the sunshine. When we're doing these next poses, really ensure that you are connecting to your navel area, that you're drawing up your Mula Bandha from the pelvic floor and you're keeping your navel area lifted. Again, we've got some standing poses and we also have seated poses. So the physical manifestations of problems in the solar plexus can obviously be bowel issues, yes? digestion issues in general, acid, etc. The middle of your back, so most people have either lower back issues or neck issues, but do you get issues in the mid-back area? Do you have a lot of problems with your skin? Maybe you've got a weakness in your liver or pancreas function. These can all be because of the problems with the solar plexus. So being controlled throughout your life. From your parents controlling you, to your partners controlling you, to your work colleagues and boss controlling you. Now is your time. Take charge of your life and regain the power of Manipura Chakra. Releasing back through pigeon, please. Sweep your right leg back. Pausing on your hands. When the right leg's as far back as you can get it, tuck the toes and elevate the knee. Look forward, pause, be here. Stay here and just lift your left knee and pause. Now slide the left leg back into down dog. From Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, start to walk your hands and feet together. Pausing when you get into a full forward bend, rolling in Uttanasana. Bend your knees and place your hands on your thighs. And look forward and rise up powerfully through the earth. How are we feeling? We're feeling more fluid, nicely grounded, with energy moving through us like a river. Stand nice and strong. We're going to go for a run. It might be a tiny little jog, or it might be a bit more of a run. Please place your hands like this. Backs of hands on the buttocks. Elbows bent to the side. Have a little practice. Can you kick your hand? So with your right heel, can you kick your right hand? Can you kick your left hand and kick and kick and kick? So you might stay at this speed. Or to really power up our Manipura, to get the fire burning brightly, we can pick it up to a run. Are you ready? Go! And kick, 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 kick. Keep going, keep going. Pulling in your bandhas. Pelvic floor lifted, navel to spine. Keep the chest open, keep the gaze at eye level. Keep going. Keep going, yes you can. Come on, 20 seconds. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Land lightly. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 5, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. Woo! What did you do in yoga today? Went for a run. Shake it out, release. Power to your belly. Okay, stand strong. In fact, come back to the short end of our mat. Let's move into these postures that will really get your Manipura Chakra working. Stand with your hands on your hips. Catch your breath. Chest open, shoulder blades lowered behind you. Tailbone down. Right leg lunging, even longer, further away than your triangle pose. Pivot the right heel, straighten your left leg. Again, make sure your left knee points to your left toes. Lifting up nice and strong as if to triangle, open. Bend the left knee as if to warrior. Don't come in with your right hip, keep right hip back. Left knee above left ankle, trying to aim towards a parallel to the floor, left thigh, come down. Keep the right foot working. Never forget your feet. So go back through your chakras, grounding, connecting, earthing. The right ankle bone on the little toe side of your right foot is working to the short end of your mat. Press it. The inner thigh muscles are pressing out away from the other leg. We're coming down centrally, reaching our arms and looking to the left in a warrior two setup. Listen, bend your left arm at the elbow and place mid forearm, so between the elbow and the wrist, in case you don't know what mid is, onto the middle of your left thigh. Now don't lean, just place. Bring your right arm around the waistband of your trousers. Look up over your right shoulder. Stay here. Breathe. I want you to test your patience today. I want you to move with me, not before me, not fast, not after me, but with me every step of the way. Promise? No speeding up. I know your legs are tired. You can do this. So we're still looking up over our right shoulder. Now slowly, bring your left hand almost to the floor in front of you, very close to your left foot. Now pause. Now bend the left elbow and slowly get your left shoulder to sit on your left knee. Hold. How much have you turned inwards on your right hip? Get your hand on your right hip and draw it back. Look over your right shoulder. Bring that right arm behind your back again. Stay in this sideways position. Bring your left hand now under your left knee and try and grab your right wrist and pull up. Lift up. Open your chest. Yes, you can. Bind. Don't worry if you haven't connected, but just get towards binding. We're going to release the bind and come back up. 3, 2, 1. Lift strong, warrior. Hands to the hips, 3, 2, 1, step forward. Woo! Yes, tummy muscles working to hold you there. Shake it out, relax, relax. So, let me show you what normally goes wrong in that pose. Okay, if I do it in this direction. Let me step back the opposite way this time. So I'm going to go very quickly to show you what it is I often see in class. So we're here, and then we're here, and then we're moving into this position. Now from here, this is where things start going wrong, because as soon as we start coming down, we tend to do this. And especially when we're thinking about the bind. Now look, if I tip forward, my hand's further away from catching it behind. Can you see that? If I don't tip forward, my hand's going to be much easier to catch. So when I say go slowly down, most, but not you I'm sure, but most of my students do this. This is not the bind, okay? Look at the alignment, it's rubbish. So that's why I ask you to go slowly, watch. Pressing my head against an invisible wall behind me, rolling this arm round as far as I can. Look, it's already on my outer thigh here. Coming down, keeping my head moving this way and not this way, sideways, under, and hold. Whoop. Yes, wrong way. Catch the wrist and open. Not here, here. Let's do it from the front of your mat. Hands on the hips. Left leg lunge, way back, big step. Pivot the left heel, straighten the right leg, lift the arms as if to triangle, look to the right, bend right knee as if to warrior. Work your left ankle back. Bend your right arm, place forearm on thigh. Reach the left arm behind your back and look up over your left shoulder. Don't lean, gently place. Slowly, moving your head beyond your left toes to the short end of your mat. Bring your fingertips down if you can. If it's too much, go back onto your side. Tuck in your tail. Bring the shoulder to the knee and bring the arm under to catch the left wrist. Keep there, stay there, hold, breathe, hold, breathe. How's that feeling? It's strong, yes? Okay. Release your bind. Look forward to the front of your mat. Step forward. Well done, class. I'm sure you worked really hard there on your alignment. Bring in your tummy. Stand tall. Bring your arms in front of your shoulders. Thumbs up. Palms face each other. Shoulders back and down. Suck in your tummy and rise to your tippy toes. Inhale. Now squat straight down. Exhale slowly. 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 Hands behind you. Sit down. Woo-wee. Okay, working on the floor now. We've got one more standing pose near the end of class. But really, really working on your solar plexus energy now. And the abdominal muscles. Please dig your heels into the floor. You can have your knees together, feet together, or a little gap, it's up to you. When you feel that your buttocks you're right on your buttocks. Holding your knees, lifting up tall, rolling your shoulders back and down, keep the gaze eye level. Inhale and reach your arms up to shoulder height, lower your shoulders back and down. Exhale, squeezing your tummy, lean back. Now listen, come with me, right arm to the right, look right, inhale. And as you bring the right arm back in, exhale and come up. Lean back and open the left arm, inhale. Lift up as you come forward, exhale. Right arm, lean back, inhale. Squeeze your tummy, lift up, exhale. Left arm, inhale. As you lean back, open the left arm, look at it. Exhale and catch your knees. That's your easier option, yes? So please stay with that. Or we're bringing the feet up. Watch, so I show you first. It goes from fairly easy, I hope you find that easy-ish. Make sure your tummy stays in. It goes from there to quite difficult. And the main thing, I want you to choose sensibly because you must keep your tummy in. So don't do it and just like fly your legs and arms around and have no control in your belly, because potentially you'll hurt your back and you'll make your belly pouch rather than coming in. We want to work so strongly here that we work our waist in. So you're going to cinch into your obliques, your side muscles, watch. I'll come at an angle actually. So look at how much I twist here. I'm leaning back and I'm lifting the legs up. Now watch. See the turn in the waist? And turn. Yes? So don't just fly around. You must have control. Otherwise, you're doing this one and up. And this one and up. Alrighty? Let's do it. I'll talk as if you're doing the harder one so that I can help you, hopefully. Take the heels in. Fingertips very lightly, you're not holding onto your head, and don't sink your chest. So lift up, squeeze your tummy. Inhale, lean back, exhale, lift your knees up. Inhale, bring left elbow to right knee and twist. Exhale, keep breathing. Take right elbow to left knee. Left elbow to right knee. Turn. Turn slowly. Don't compromise form. Work your form. Stay strong in the belly. And place the legs. Place them. Don't throw them. And 4, 3, twist. 2, 1. And catch your knees. Bring the soles of your feet together. Woo-wee! Fire burning brightly, yes? Lean forward, relax into a relaxed cobbler pose. Round your back, relax your belly. It's time for throat chakra. Stay there, relaxing. Not throat, heart, sorry. Anahata. We've had earth, we've had water, we've had fire, now we have air. Green at the heart center now. Issues here on the 4th chakra. Do you have lots of problems with your arms, from shoulders, shoulder blades, elbow issues, forearms and wrists? Do you often have a chesty cough? Then this can all be manifestations of pain in your past, pain with relationships. Not coming to terms with deaths in the past, or a loss of some kind. A lack of affection in your life so far. This can all manifest as problems with Anahata. And next week's sequence, I made up my next week's classes yesterday, are all about Anahata chakra. So lots of love coming your way next week. Anahata. Please bring yourself up from your forward bend and help your knees together. Sit your feet firmly on the floor at hip distance apart. And then rolling your shoulders back and lifting your breastbone, bring your hands firmly to shoulder width or a little bit wider behind you. Ground your feet, and as you take a deep breath in, lift the breastbone and open the chest. Open the throat, but don't throw the head back, so look straight ahead. You can stay here if you like, especially if you're still recovering from the abdominal area. And just close your eyes and visualize this lovely openness at the spiritual heart and physical heart center. Anahata. Now if you can, tabletop. Press into hands and feet, grounding through the earth. Inhale, swing your knees forward, your bum up, and squeeze your bum and hold. Close your eyes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And sit down and stretch out your legs and shake out your shoulders. Good. Now everyone, straight legs. Point your feet away from you to get stretch in the front of your feet. And then again, bring the hands back. Again, you do not have to lift your weight, but if you can, we're going to try inclined plane. Lifting the chest, expanding the lungs, rolling back the shoulders. The placement of your hands can really help how much you can get your shoulders back. It is said that you should try to get the same amount of movement through your shoulders with your fingers pointing forward. To begin with, you might feel it's easier with the fingers pointing back, but it can damage your elbows, so be very careful. Okay, so chest is up and open, legs are pointing away from you. Sometimes when we lift our weight up on this one, we tend to roll to the outside, so try and keep your big toes on the floor. Ready, steady, lift, and press inwards towards big toes and hold. 10, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Well done, relax your shoulders. Now listen, a couple of options now. One more strong option if you're in that mood this morning. And it's like one of the biggest heart openers we have in yoga, and that's Urdhva Dhanurasana, nicknamed the wheel. Urdhva Dhanurasana means upward bow. So like when you lie on your tummy and hold your ankles, that's bow pose. And when you're looking up and bridge and then rising up onto your hands and feet, that's up facing bow. So your gentle option is bridge. In bridge, you can work your bridge fluidly, so perhaps 5 times, making this move and this move. Or you can hold up there for 5 breaths. You can even put a block under your sacrum. Or you can try to come in to Urdhva Dhanurasana. It's getting easier, girls and boys, it's getting easier. Only taken 20 years, so do have patience. So please come into a position on your back. Either static bridge, flowing bridge 5 times, or have a go. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Heart center. Visualize green. Five breaths if you manage to get up. When you've completed 5 breaths, come down and let your legs rock side to side to recover. Chakra number 6 coming up. Sorry, 5, I keep skipping one. Chakra number 5, throat chakra. Do you have problems with your neck and shoulders, your jaw, your teeth, your cervical spine, your ears? Were you never allowed to express yourself fully growing up? This could be the problem with your communication chakra. Vishuddhi, throat. The element here is ether. Visualize a beautiful sky blue at your neck and throat. Please come up to sitting. I'll show you where we're going for this one. Let me show you the easier sequence first. We'll all do forward bend and then the middle to the next. There's 3 poses. So the first one will all be the same. Second and third one are different. So easier option first. Okay, you're trying to learn how to lift. So just practice having your feet up and trying to lift. The second one, so it's only two options. Second one, the first pose is the same, but then rather than bridge, it's shoulder stand. So pulling our tummy to roll down and then using a little bit of momentum to lift up and then plough overhead. From plough, we roll straight back up to the forward bend. So 3 times, either forward bend, bridge, legs up, forward bend, shoulder stand, legs behind. Yes? Let's do it together. Keep your chin to your chest when you're rolling back. Inhale the arms up. Tuck in the chin slightly, exhale, think of your throat. Inhale, squeeze your tummy, roll back to either bridge or shoulder stand. Breathe. And if you can, legs overhead or legs up. Rolling onto your back, come up and touch your toes. Rolling onto your back, bridge or shoulder stand. Legs in the air or plough. Rolling down and lifting up to touch your toes. One more time. Rolling onto your back for bridge or shoulder stand. Push up. And taking the legs over to plough. Stay in plough if you can. Or just on your back with your legs in the air. And then rolling down, everyone. Place your feet firmly on the floor, your arms out to the side. Now work your neck here. Drop your legs over to your right and turn your head strongly to your left. Make sure you've really brought your chin over and feel your neck stretching. Looking to your left arm. Bring the head back through centre, bring the legs back and drop them left. And turn the head strongly, bring the chin right over to your right shoulder. Feel the neck stretch. And then roll over in the direction of your knees and come back up to sitting. Now we are going to combine the third eye and the crown chakra. So now when we leave the physical spine and the energies contained from the nape of your neck to the tailbone, we move into the spiritual chakras. And we want to have real focus just above the eyebrows here in Ajna, and then just above the head and the crown chakra. So we want to get some weight to those areas by concentrating and feeling those areas. So, just tell you about them first. If you have problems with your eyes, your ears, memory issues, sleeping issues, headaches, a mucus cough, these are connected to third eye blockages, where maybe we just allow ourselves to be too much in the material world. Too much television, too much alcohol, escaping reality. And for the crown chakra, spiritual trauma, like having imposed religion put upon you, can have problems with your mental health, head issues like fever and really bad migraines, etc. So, trying to balance those, we are coming into hare pose. Come with me. Come onto your knees, please, and separate them a little. Again, practice trying to flex the feet to get the whole top of foot down. Press. 10 toenails to the floor. Press. You can even do this. Let's put a little bit of weight in your ankle. Press down. Press down. Knees apart. Now hands, as we sit our bum down, hands near our knees, grounding. Coming forward, so you're going to make a sort of triangle shape. Put the centre of your forehead in between but in front of your hands. Ready? Come up and bend your elbows, third eye on the mat. Hold. Close your eyes. Keep your hands and feet firmly down, roll onto your crown. Now check your head is in a place that it feels good, feels okay. Shrug your shoulders up from the mat. Press into your feet.
Lift your arms up in the air and interlace them. Hare pose. Reach your interlaced hands up to the sky, pulling your shoulders firmly away from the floor. Ground those feet. Ground them. Close your eyes. Two more breaths. At the end of those 2 breaths, hands down first, press into your hands. Inhale, roll back to the third eye, bum to the heels. Exhale, press into your hands, rise slowly to kneeling.
How are you feeling? We now need to check that we are grounded and we have all the energy moving back down through our chakras. So the energy dances, the yin and the yang, the Shiva and the Shakti, have this beautiful snake-like dance up through our spine. They merge at the third eye point where Shiva and Shakti meet, and the energy comes back down through our body, rising up in a beautiful dance, merging and coming back down. Let's come to standing and see if we're balanced. Placing your feet back into Tadasana, the mountain, nice and strong through the pelvic floor lift, navel to spine. Feet under the sockets of the hips, remember where that is, think frontal hip bones, and then move into the fleshy space. Feet under there. When I say hip distance, it's not out here, it's in here. Stand strong. Feeling as if you're having a lovely shower from the heavens above. The red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet, they disappear, they're washed away in this white shower of energy from the heavens, from the universe. Stand tall, shoulders back, pelvis neutral. Standing on your left foot, bring your right knee up in line with your right hip, hold. Pivot your right hip out to point your knee and toes to your right wall. Without using your hands, bring the foot to your standing leg. Where did it come to? If it's on the knee or slightly above the knee, reach for it and pull it up higher. If it's too wobbly or it's below the knee, then put it on your calf or ankle. Let your hands reach out and then bring them deliberately together, planting them together in Anjali Mudra, and place the thumbs on Anahata Center. If we have successfully balanced our energies, then standing balance should be a little bit more easy. Take your gaze forward at eye level, and then looking about 6 feet in front of you, just let the eyes drop, not the head, just the eyes. Look down at the floor, but way out in front of you, don't look at your feet or your mat. And pressing your palms firmly together, shoulder blades down and elbows pointing out. Try closing your eyes. You are rooted. The earth is holding you up. Trust Mother Earth, trust her. Reach your crown up to Father Sky. Feel the energy within. Work your left big toe. Open your eyes, everyone, release your hands and bring your right foot to the floor. How did you do? Shake out your legs. So remember, no hands to help to begin with. Stand tall. Draw in the tummy, tailbone down. Before you go swinging the leg out to the left, bring the knee up in front of the hip and get your balance. Knee and hip socket in line. Rotate it out, pointing knee and toes to the left. Without using your hands, lift the leg up and place the foot on your leg. Where did it go? Remember, on the knee or higher, you can try bringing it up, heel to groin. On the knee or lower, maybe go for calf or ankle. Release your hands and squeeze the foot and leg together and keep the hip points in line with each other. Frontal hip points. Inhale, bring the hands to Anjali Mudra. Exhale, thumbs to Anahata Center, breastbone where spiritual heart lies. Stand tall. Feel your right foot press firmly down into your right big toe as if pressing a button. Push the button down. Take your gaze to eye level. Drop your gaze. And then attempt to close your eyes. This only gets easier through lots of practice, so if you haven't practiced it for a while, why not? Would you forget? Open the eyes, release your hands. Balance is so important. Energetic balance, emotional balance, and physical balance to protect our body. I hope you managed a few seconds at least with your eyes closed. We are hopefully ready now, completely feeling the energy is just right. Sattvic, remember those words? Tamasic, lethargy, rajasic, too excited. Let's be more sattvic. And let's be completely sattvic now as we come into Shavasana. Don't let tamasic come over you, tamas come over you, or you'll fall asleep. Don't let yourself be rajasic now and start to think and plan your day. Be sattvic as you lie back into Shavasana. Close or cover your eyes, relax and release. Relax and release. When we eat well, when we sleep well, when we live and act according to our dharma, to our life's plan that's set out for us, then we will be in balance. By practicing our yoga, postures, breath, way of life, we become more sattvic. Now we're in Shavasana. Think about something in your life that you're very grateful for. And when that one thing comes to your mind, don't change it. And notice where you feel it in your body. Allow this feeling of gratitude to arise naturally and sink into that feeling. Surrender your body, your mind, and simply feel this sensation that gratitude brings to your body. How your energy feels. And let's think of lots of things we're grateful for now. Firstly, your breath. As you inhale and you exhale, understand that each of these breaths gives you life. So be grateful for the breath. Be aware of your heart beating and pulsing, and be grateful for your heart. Bring awareness to your eyes and think of all the things that you're grateful for to be able to see. Colours, like the colours of the rainbow, the colours of the chakras. Your loved ones' faces. Nature. When you see a sunrise, when you see a sunset, a full moon, the stars, yourself in the mirror. Be grateful. Never take your eyes for granted. And similarly with our ears, that beam in the sound of music and laughter, the voice of your loved ones, and the wonderful sound of silence. Of awareness and gratitude for the nose that smells the ocean's breeze, the sweet smell of flowers, a familiar perfume. Be grateful. Your lips and your mouth that help you to smile and taste and kiss and speak, whisper and sing. Your hands that hold and touch, caress and applaud, squeeze and carry and hug. Your feet and your toes and your legs that transport you to walk, to run, to stretch, to dance, to fold and leap and point. your whole body. When we no longer take life for granted, we become grateful for everything we have. And I'd like you also to think about being grateful for the culture of yoga, for all teachers gone before us. Be humble, be grateful. Just be. Relax and bathe in the feeling of gratitude. Relax. Remain in stillness. Hear the sound of the singing bowl coming across into your room. Receive it, feel it, and remain still. Yogis, our time together has come to a close for now. Please begin to breathe in a way that will allow your energy to pick up again. And when you're ready to bend your knees and roll over onto your left, take a moment there. And from lying on your left side, using your right hand to push yourself upright and come to say goodbye. As always, I'm very grateful for you coming along to your practice this morning, and grateful for allowing me to guide you through the grace of all my teachers and their lessons passed on to me. Thank you so much for allowing me to have that role in your life. And for now, thank you and namaste. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. I hope the sun keeps shining for you, and I'll see you next time on the mat. Bye-bye for now, yogis.